All right, it is the Workforce 94.3 WYBC, the rhythm of the city. I'm Wanda Coppage. It is another Feel Good Friday. So I have another representative, someone special with arts and ideas. She's bringing something special that she curated to the arts and ideas space. And I'm so happy to have her here. Her name is Miss Monique Martin. She is the creator and director of Minty Fresh Circus and soon to be awarded. We'll get into all of the things in details of that. But Miss Monique, or would you prefer Miss Martin? Which one would you prefer?
Miss Monique is fine, or
Miss
Monique.
Monique, thank you for joining us today for the Workforce. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's a beautiful day, and I'm alive.
Amen. Amen to that. Now, I always enjoy the conversations the people that I get to speak to, but I love creatives. I love those thinkers, and you are one that I couldn't wait to talk to. When it comes to Minty Fresh Circus, you have to tell us the thought process behind that. Where did it come from? How did you start it? When did you start it? And more specifically, talk to us about the name Minty Fresh, how you came up with that.
I call it a download.
Okay.
I was invited to attend a festival. It's the largest circus festival in North America that happens every July in Montreal. I was invited to that festival in 2011, and I saw everything from Cirque du Soleil. At the time, they were making the Michael Jackson show. So that was super exciting to see that happening as I toured the National Circus School and Cirque du Soleil. And when I returned on the flight back, so anyone who's gone to Montreal, it's basically like a 1-hour flight. You go up and you come back down. I had seen cabaret, one-person shows from Sweden, shows from all over the world. And again, a download came. What would it look like to have a circus take place in the Underground Railroad without the violence, without all of the torture that we've been kind of inundated with? What would it look like to use the physicality, the acrobatics, the magic, the wonder, and create that story? So that was the initial download. And as you know, that I am a curator and a producer as well, and kind of primary to my work is supporting others and presenting other people's work. So this project came to me as a download. I kept researching and thinking about it. And how did I link the name to the Underground Railroad? Obviously, one of the primary historical figures is Harriet Tubman.
Yes, ma'am.
Harriet Tubman's name is Harriet Araminta Tubman Ross, and her family called her Minty. So that's where Minty comes from. And fresh, because it is my position that those that are able to rebound and have resilience through any kind of oppression, any kind of challenges are always fresh. So when you go through some kind of transformation, you come out on the other side. You might look at it as being beleaguered, but I say we are fresh. So that's where the name comes from, Minty Fresh.
Wow, I love that. You see the process. It's a whole process. Now, I do a little screenwriting and whatnot, and I have a few people that I check in with once I have a script that I think is good enough, and I pass it along their way. Can you give this a read and let me know what you think about it? Do you you go through the same process? Do you have a team of people when you're thinking of brilliance like this? Do you shoot it their way? What's that like?
I do, and it's an interesting question because circus is so misunderstood in this country and also under-resourced. So there's not a lot of funding out here for circus. So you have to really beat the drum to receive support, residencies that help you build the work. And I do have a dramaturge and a developmental, I say my developmental doula on this project, who has been with me along with my collaborators. This is a team effort. This is not a solo project at all. It took a creative team of co-choreographers, a circus choreographer, music supervisor and composer, as well as a dramaturg, which really helped me to your point and your question, refine and continue to clarify what is my point, what am I trying to say, and to
Right.
kind of keep me on track, and they can be tough because as a creative you want all your ideas in there, and you got to trim the fat, and you
Yeah,
have to
reel it
trim
back
the
in.
fat
Yep.
and get to the main point.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Again, this is Miss Monique Martin, the creator and director of Minty Fresh Circus, amongst other things. But you're going to get to see Minty Fresh Circus. It's a part of the slate of events with International Festival of Arts and Ideas taking place Saturday and Sunday, June 14th and June 15th, 8 o'clock show, 2 p.m. show. And you can buy tickets for that. But before that, actually, you know what? Before I even get into that statement, what other projects can we check out of yours aside from Minty Fresh?
I'm excited to launch the first annual New York City Circus Festival, which will take place on August 16th in Bryant Park, which is one of my favorite parks in New York City. Is right in the heart of kind of Times Square,
Nice.
Midtown. And it's such an interesting park. I worked for a little over 10 years directing the programming for Summer Stage, and that is a festival that takes place in Central Park and in parks all over New York City. Bryant Park is not a neighborhood park, so I always find it to be fascinating in that it's surrounded by commercial buildings. So what the vice president of program says is it's the people's park, it's the city's park, and
Nice.
it really is. So I'm doing that, and I'm also working with Symphony Space on their annual Wall to Wall Festival, which is a marathon music festival. We will be celebrating Stevie Wonder
Nice.
and Stevie Wonder's catalog. Stevie Wonder turned 75 this year, so looking at his incredible body of work. And the last thing I'll share is I'm excited to continue working with the Bronx Museum in creating public programs that reflect and honor and kind of amplify the visual arts exhibitions that they have. So that's a kind of exciting expansion to my work and really looking at the intersection of visual arts and performing arts.
Nice. Now, are you Harlem born and raised, New York born and raised?
No, I am not. I am a Cali girl, very proud. I'm from the Bay Area in California. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Again, Monique Martin, I can talk to you forever because I'm a fan. I love getting a chance to speak to creatives. But before Saturday, June 14th and June 15th, on Wednesday of next week, Miss Martin will be receiving the 15th annual Visionary Leadership Award. Yes, congratulations. Now I'm going to read from the press release. It says the evening, titled An Evening with Monique Martin, will feature a moderated conversation with Martin, followed by a reception. I'm going to leave all the details for that on the website so you could check that out. But how does that make you feel when people recognize you for who you are? Tell us about it, your thoughts.
It is humbling. I was speaking to one of the staff members this morning about some of the logistical details of the award ceremony, and I really got a little verklempt and teary, and emotional. We do this work. I do this work for the community and for the audiences. I am so excited when people leave the theater or the park or the museum and they are somewhat transformed. Either they've learned something new or something that they already knew got amplified.
Yeah.
So, because I'm not a performer, I never think about awards in that way. And so it's humbling. I'm so honored to be honored and just looking forward to being in conversation with Jennifer Harris Newman. So excited for that. And just to share my work and be honored.
And what I love, this is going to be at one of our arts high schools. So you're going to cooperative arts and humanities. And when I tell you those students there are immensely talented. And they have, there's band, there's drama, there's dance. And I love that this is taking place there. You are role models, not just for the youth, but for grown people such as myself to keep going and keep pushing. And I just admire you. It's such a pleasure to talk to you today. Listen, before we wrap, any final words from you, Miss Martin?
I would love for everyone to experience this Minty Fresh Circus that we have worked our limbs and our hearts and our just our imagination to bring this forward. This is a incredible circus that is, will be performed by 7 beautiful, technically fierce circus artists that are Black and brown, and they're so excited to share their artistry, their work. This is a story that is about joy, about tapping into your imagination, and I think everyone is going to have a great time. So far, this is our 3rd stop on our tour. We're still kind of a baby in terms of touring and being a piece of work that's out here. So this is our 3rd stop. And our previous 2 stops have been just an overwhelming response. And we can't wait to share this work with the audiences in New Haven.
Wonderful. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask, with each location, each destination, do you switch the performers, or are you keeping the same performers?
We have the same performers, and the more they work together, the stronger and clearer and more beautiful this circus gets. And so, yeah, we're ready.
What are your socials? How can we follow you?
You can find us on Minty Fresh Circus on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You can find me on Intuition NYC on Instagram, and also on Facebook, but mostly Instagram. So you get to see some stories, you get to see some clips from our previous shows, you get to hear from the artists as well, to talking about their experience. So that's where you can find us, and we were really looking forward to engaging with folks as we move this project forward.
I love it. But don't forget, you can also find her Wednesday when she's honored over at Co-op, and Saturday and Sunday, June 14th, June 15th for Minty Fresh. You got to see it in person. You have to see it in person. Again, artidea.org. You can go purchase your tickets there. And we're going to share everything that we have on our socials and on our website. So you got to make sure you check that one out. Miss Monique Martin, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. All the best. See you guys soon.
Thank you. Listeners, you keep it locked right here. You know you have more music on the way. It's WYBC. You're locked to the workforce.